Hi, this is Anna Imagination from the Healing Garden. Welcome to Pando. So this is a conversation that I just had with somebody today, and it's been in the back of my mind for a while, and I believe that it really needs to be given voice. So I am giving it voice. I am specifically addressing business owners who are in market. They are trying to conduct business, and they're there to make profit and money. Now, I am all for capitalism, ethics, and I am absolutely all for money and making money. And I believe that that very much can be done ethically and with the benefit of helping people. Absolutely. In fact, capitalism, when you break it right down, does nourish economy, people, resources. It does so much to help people. It's extraordinarily powerful. Our society does not prepare a person to be a resource generator. We are born resource generators, and our system turns us into consumers. A consumer consumes. Instead of nurturing us into resource generators, it breaks us down. A business owner is a resource generator. They are someone who's learned how to become a resource generator despite the odds against them. So they get into market, they have worked hard to build up their business, and now they're trying to generate resource trade with other people. One of the things that we see a lot of that is not talked about is the number of people who are in market who have no business going to market. There are a lot of people who don't have resources to trade, who do not have any means to get themselves resources, but they're at market shopping. And what's going on is you've got a lot of people who truly are now invested in working, dedicating themselves to trying to turn profit to compensate for their hard work of getting to where they're going. Meanwhile, you've got consumers who are not there to buy. They're there to get free stuff. And what we see a lot of is these people who show up as consumers with zero resources, and because they aren't working a job, because they, for whatever reason, have no money, they have a lot of free time on their hands, which is probably why they have no resources or money. And instead of learning or turning themselves into resource generators, they are instead consuming the time and the resources of the business owner. Business owners are very conscious of their people. They want to make sure that their clients and their customers are taken care of. But a big problem they run into are the consumers who are there without any resources to trade, which brings up the question, why are you at market? So now there's this unspoken, not talked about discomfort where I have seen business owners not talk about it at all, and they're confused and they don't know how to say it. And most of them are perplexed and they really go out of their way to be nice about it. And you've got a lot of consumers who just absorb their time and their money and their resources. They literally walk around collecting as much swag and free stuff as they possibly can without any resources or intent to purchase or buy. Meanwhile, the time and the resources that the business owner is using to attract actual paying customers to keep their business working, operating, and flourishing is being instead directed towards these people. This is a real common problem. And this is where the gloves are going to come off, and I'm just going to get right down ugly about this because I do not sacrifice communication for etiquette. I don't. Once upon a time at market, you had freeloaders. Once upon a time at market, you had beggars. And they're still there. They really are. You have beggars and you have freeloaders. And once upon a time, the ancient business owner would chase them off. Remember? It's all in the stories. Beggars, paupers, urchins, and freeloaders. Now, we've become very conscious of this in our society where we've immediately catered to that. And now what we end up having are these people who are in market without any resources, consuming time. I had one gentleman. I ended up giving him literally all of my material for free, in addition to probably equivalent to 10 hours of my time, before I realized he wasn't going to pay, even though he kept telling me, you know, I just need to get you something here at some point. And I finally cut him off because he was consuming, and that was resources and times that I could have been putting toward people who actually paid. But I didn't want to be mean. I didn't want to be rude. And he just continued to freeload and bum my resources off of me. And I see this happening more and more where business owners are really quiet, nice, and gentle about it. And now they're becoming abused because they remember what it was like. And if we don't talk about this and address it, the cycle continues. So this is really just, let's talk about this. If you are a business owner and you are struggling with this problem, ask them directly, do you have resources to trade? Then why are you at market when you should be home learning and turning yourself into a resource generator? There is tons of free material in the world. They do not need to be bothering a business owner. It can be a polite delivery of, you should not be at market unless you have money to spend. And there's no reason why you need to be bothering the working individual when you have so much time on your hands. Because when you're poking around at market, that tells the business owner that you have resources to trade. And if you don't, then why are you at market? Let's flip this around. If you are a consumer and you are looking to level up your game, if you are somebody who is looking to turn your life around, there are tons of resources available. However, you need to be honest and transparent, because as dirty and as slimy as business owners can be and salesmen can be about their dishonest intent, so can a consumer. And that's what's not happening. You've got a lot of people who don't have the resources to trade, but boy, are they hiding that fact and taking advantage of busy working people who are trying to turn profit. So what's end up happening is people are trying to be nice to people taking advantage. And when the sales calls come out, we find out they don't even have the resources. So now the business owner is going, why are you at market? But they're too nice to ask that question, which is where I'm stepping in going, why are you at market? If you don't have resources, you should be home learning and improving yourself, and you should be turning yourself into a resource generator. Bothering the working class is not going to get you where you need to go. They are not there for you if you don't have the resources. There are tons of resources available. And I'm going to be very blunt. The Healing Gardens Tier 1 does nothing but provide you with 100% free resources and educational material for you to become a consumer into a resource generator. So what are you doing? It's free, it's available, and it's DIY. So now, and I tell my people this, 100% of the people who come to Pando, I tell them, you should not have anybody at market who doesn't have resources. And if you have somebody, it should be assumed that you are there for resource trade, as in money in hand. And if you don't have money in hand, then you need to be working with the educational program to get you from being a consumer to being a resource generator. They're not there to help you. Not at all. They are not there for that. What you want to do for that is you want to attend free workshops. Free workshops are a great way for you to get free resources without paying for anything, while also being exposed to the education you're looking for. And you're not taking up anyone's time, but no one-on-ones, unless you have the resources to give to people to trade. And this is really a basic common business market etiquette. This is just common courtesy that we are kindly reminding you, please don't waste our time, because that time is absolutely a resource that we are needing to put into our business. And my people are gently instructed to remind you that it's going to be assumed that you have money for trade if you are at market. Furthermore, if you happen to find a free workshop, take advantage of it. But if you do not have the resources to trade, do not take up their time. Second of all, you need to be doing your own DIY research just like they did. You need to be at home learning and turning yourself from a consumer into an actual resource generator, so that when you are ready to build your network, you can step into that world. Now, if you are there to build your network, then you need to make it clear that you are network building. But I'm going to remind you that Pando also offers that resource for networking purposes only. Forum and Market is strictly for monetary cash and trade. I say cash, but money trade. If you are somebody who absolutely you do own a business and you are open to freebies and resource trade, then that is something that is available. However, it's a rare case. It's very rare. Most people don't do it. Startups are the only ones who do that. Your best bet would be to find a startup for a startup. Once you get to a certain level after you're a startup, the resource for resource exchange goes away and it goes money to money exchange. It is literally a great strategy only for startups. But if you don't even have a startup, then you really should not be there. And that's why the market and trade that we have is divided the way it is into the tiers, so that if it is not, if you are not in a position where you can trade, you should not be in the tier 3 forum and market. If you are only looking to trade resources for the resource to resource or favor to favor, that's where you're going to look for the tier 1. And once you start to understand the etiquette of forum and market and negotiation and trade, the game changes. But I have seen way too many cases where a lot of people are in forum and market and they have no business being there. There is too much free available information for you all over the internet. So that the concept of why are you in forum and market without resources to trade, it is now becoming so like it's illogical and confusing, especially when you should be at home working on your own self-improvement. And this is where people put that cart before the horse, where they are poking around forum and market instead of doing the social work. If your social work, if your mental health is not where it needs to be, then you should not be socializing. You should never socialize in the early stages of mental health development, because if your RAS is wide open and you don't know how to close it, you are an emotional sponge picking up on everybody. And that is going to cause your RAS, your subconscious mind, more mental damage. Get home and take care of yourself, which is what you should be doing at that first, second, third ethic. So this is something I'm sending out to everybody. It's something that we really need to talk about. And if you are a business owner, I'm huge on this, make it clear that you are at market to trade. And the fact that you're at market is like signing up. But if you find yourself with somebody who reveals that they don't have any of the finances, directly say to them, what are you doing at market if you have no resources to trade? Make them answer for themselves. Because when you do that, it teaches their logical brains to go, why am I in market if I don't have anything to trade? That's like going to the grocery store with an empty wallet. Are you going to beg? What are you doing? No one does that. You don't walk into the grocery store without your wallet. So why would you walk into a virtual forum and market without your wallet? Same standards apply. Same standards apply. And I am huge on this. You do not help people. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. It's toxic. And it literally is one of the behaviors that leads to homelessness. It's highly enabling and toxic. Don't do it. There's a reason why we have an exchange. Absolutely. The goal is to learn how to problem solve. And that is the skill you really need to be learning, is problem solving. And if you're asking people for resources and handouts and gifts, you are not working on the problem solving skill. And that is a huge, huge neglected skill that people who are in need have actually neglected. Thank you so much. And may the kindest of words always find you.